Next, we take a side bend and create spaciousness and length in the side body and the spine. We expand the diaphragm, opening up space between the ribs and the hips. We use the breath to irrigate the whole torso with prana and oxygen. We take the bolster widthwise on the mat. And then we arrange to come up to the long edge of the bolster with the side of the hip. Using our upper body strength, we drape ourselves over the bolster. The bottom knee is bent, creating a firm foundation. The bottom arm is bent, and the top arm is long. And the top leg is long. The head is moving to where the back plane of the body is so that we can open up a little bit more space in the front of the neck and the throat. Long, slow, smooth, and complete in and out breaths, expanding on the side of the body, creating more space between the bottom of the ribs and the top of the hips. The top leg is extended, engaged in dorsiflexion. Heels strong, toes spread wide apart, taking long, slow, smooth, and complete in and out breaths, pausing at the end of the complete out breath. The bottom hand takes the top wrist, and there's a very gentle stretch of that top arm. And there's just a little bit of resistance with that hand being pulled back. Every breath cycle is making more room between the bottom of the ribs and the top of the hips. We feel this expansion of the skin, we feel this expansion of the muscles around the abdomen, and we feel this expansion all around the belly organs and the diaphragm. And we're also lengthening the muscles deep underneath the belly organs, the psoas and the roots of the diaphragm on the front of the low back. The ribs are expanding, and we have a sense that the circumference of the diaphragm is also releasing long-held tension. At the end of the last breath cycle, we can release the effort and striving and just rest supported on the bolster. And notice what's changed and what's feeling different. This is an excellent pose to create length and tone all of the muscles and connective tissue around the organs in the midsection in the core. It flushes the lymphatic system here, this vast network of nodes and vessels that supports the purification of the digestive and reproductive organs. Then we prepare to come up so that we can go over onto the opposite side using our upper body strength. We're pressing the top arm down, coming up on the opposite elbow and forearm and pressing our way up, noticing what's happened. Take a few breaths to see what's changed and observe what's happening in the deeper layers of the tissues and the organs. Then we simply turn our body in the opposite direction. The knees come over. We reposition the bolster against the grounded hip and we drape ourselves across the bolster again. Bottom knee is bent. Top leg is long. We energize the top leg, engaging dorsiflexion, The heel strong, toes spread wide apart. Bottom arm is bent, holding on to the top wrist, and the top arm is long. The top arm is reaching out of the shoulder socket, pulling the ribs out and up ever so slightly. And there's resistance against each other, opening up the armpit. 5 long, slow, smooth, and complete breaths here. Feeling the belly come to the front spine at the end of the complete out breath, and perhaps pausing for just a moment, and then experiencing how delicious the in-breath becomes. Feeling the discs in the low back puff up like marshmallows. Bottom of the ribs are moving away from the top of the hips. This is a wonderful pose for all of the respiratory and digestive systems, as well as the pelvic organs. Digestive and reproductive functioning is optimized with all of this fresh prana, fresh life force, and oxygen. The immune system is located primarily in the guts, and we're creating a huge immune boost as we open and expand here. Then we release the effort and the striving in the pose, and we just rest here passively, enjoying the wonderful effects of the bolster supporting us in this way. Then we come back. The top knee bends, arm comes back, and we're using the upper body strength to help us come up. Notice what's changed as we take a few longer, slower, smoother, and more complete breath cycles. Noticing the changes in the diaphragm and around the midsection, and noticing the changes in the quality of the breath.